Twist after twist in Himachal pot boiler.
मैंने कोई इस्तीफा नहीं दिया है। मैं एक योद्धा हूं, आम परिवार से निकला हुआ योद्धा लड़ाई में संघर्ष करता है और जीत संघर्ष की होती है।
Sukhu on his way out amid crisis. Top focus on 5 Live.
Dirty tricks, greedy MLAs, opportunism, the final chance to get on to a winning side perhaps on the road to 2024, Sam, Dam, Dand, Bed, whatever you want to call it. The fact is the showdown in Shimla is heating up with buzz that the Sukhu government of the Congress party, just a year and a half old in Shimla, could be collapsing very soon, and that the BJP may be in a position to form a government. Is that really true, or is that just mahal that's being created by the Bharatiya Janata Party? We're going to take you straight to the Himalayan kingdom to tell you more. I'm Shiv. This is 5 Live. These are the headlines. Himachal Chief Minister stays defiant, says he will not resign, debunks rumours of any resignation, disqualification motion against 6 rebel Congress MLAs who moved. BJP hits the streets over alleged pro-Pakistan slogans in Karnataka. Congress government refutes claims of slogans raised, says it is entirely fake. Siddaramaiah assures a probe. Chinese rocket on DMK's ISRO advertisement stokes a big political fight. Modi criticizes DMK, says Team Stalin hoarding credit from ISRO's scientists and giving it to China. Sandeshkhali showdown continues in Bengal. Trinamool Neta Shahjahan Sheikh absconding for 55 days now. Calcutta High Court pulls up Bengal police, asks central agencies to make the arrest if they can. Historic drug haul seized off the Gujarat coast. Indian Navy seizes a record 3,330 kilograms of drugs like charas and meth from a boat. 5 crew members arrested. It is the Congress's only government in the Hindi heartland. The Congress doesn't exist anywhere else in the north, having been virtually wiped out, especially after the recent spate of elections. In the Himalayan state of Himachal Pradesh, all is not well for the Congress's Chief Minister, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu. A day after the Rajya Sabha setback shocker for Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who was fighting for a Rajya Sabha seat from Himachal Pradesh, Sukhu's strongman and minister Aditya Vikram has quit as a minister from this Congress government in yet another jolt to this fledgling sarkar in the Himalayan hills state. Chief Minister Sukhu has, however, continued to put on a brave face, saying that he's going to prove his majority and that he will last out his full 5-year tenure. What's happening in Shimla? Take a look.
This is what respect this government has shown to my late father. वर्तमान परिस्थिति में मेरा इस सरकार में बने रहना ठीक नहीं है.
A raging storm for Congress government in Himachal. Day after crushing defeat in Rajya Sabha polls, the Sukhvinder Sukhu government is teetering on the brink. Reduced to a minority after losing backing of 6 Congress MLAs who had cross-voted for BJP. To make matters worse for CM Sukhu, a growing band of Congress MLAs are baying for his blood, seeking his replacement as Chief Minister. Vikramaditya, the son of late Congress stalwart Veerbhadra Singh, has raised an open flag of revolt.
After all, I am a human being. I am an emotional person. और इस तरीके की अगर कुछ deliberations होती है to humiliate our sentiments, I am not a person who is going to take things lying down. जो instance कुछ दिन पहले हुआ, जहाँ पर एक आपने भी उसको देखा होगा हाउस के अंदर, जो कुछ पट्टिकाओं के ऊपर एक ये चीज हुई है, इसमें deliberate message show cause notices भेजे गए हैं. This is a breach of trust. This is something that has led to where we are standing today. प्रदेश के अंदर जो फिस्कल मिसमैनेजमेंट हुई है वो हमारे सामने है. जो गवर्नेंस सरकार की रही है वो हमारे सामने है. लगातार इन विषयों को पार्टी हाईकमांड के समक्ष भी उठाया गया है.
The revolt in the Congress has made assembly numbers out of CM Sukhu's reach, putting the budget and thereby the Congress government's fate in jeopardy. The face-off worsened when 15 BJP MLAs, including leader of opposition Jairam Thakur, were suspended in a possible bid to save the Sukhu government.
बहुमत हाउस के अंदर उस वक्त वहां पर उपलब्ध नहीं था उनके पास, और ऐसे हालात में जिस प्रकार से परिस्थिति वहां पर बनी हुई है, बौखलाहट में है कांग्रेस पार्टी. अभी मैं कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं कहना चाह रहा हूं, और हम सचमुच में हैरान हैं जिस प्रकार से विधानसभा अध्यक्ष का रवैया है.
MLAs from the Congress were feeling humiliated by the Sukhu government, and this is the outcome of that break from the Sukhu government, which these people wanted to show their resentment. And I was in touch with most of them because I knew them from the beginning.
Amid piling pressure, CM Sukhu remains defiant, calling himself a fighter who will not quit.
मैंने कोई इस्तीफा नहीं दिया है. मैं एक योद्धा हूं, आम परिवार से निकला हुआ योद्धा. लड़ाई में संघर्ष करता है और जीत संघर्ष की होती है. विधायकों को बरगलाने की बात कर रहे हैं, वो इस बात का ध्यान रखे. हम बजट में अपनी मेजॉरिटी को साबित करेंगे.
But the Congress, which has little elbow room to save its only government in Heartland, may replace Sukhu to placate rebels.
हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि हमारे जो 3 वरिष्ठ साथी और हमारे प्रभारी सभी की बात सुनकर कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष और अन्य नेताओं से बातचीत करके वो जरूर लेंगे. कुछ कठोर निर्णय लेने होंगे, हो सकता है, पर उससे हम पीछे हटेंगे नहीं.
Can Congress bring back its MLAs who have declared war on CM Sukhu? And can axing opposition MLAs save the minority government? With Satyendra Chauhan in Shimla, Bureau Report, India Today.
And obviously it all comes down to the numbers inside the assembly if there is going to be a floor test ahead of the budget. So let's take a look at some of those numbers. Remember that Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu has defiantly said, no, there's no question of resigning. So where do the numbers stand? The State Assembly of Himachal Pradesh comprises 68 seats, viewer, with the majority mark set at 35. That's the magic figure. Previously, the Congress held 40 seats, well past the magic figure, while the BJP had 25, and there were 3 independent members. However, with the cross-voting and the rebel MLA scenario, the current situation sees the Congress reduced to 40 minus 6, that's 34 seats, including the Speaker, and faces a challenge from 6 rebel members. That's why its numbers have been reduced. Meanwhile, the BJP maintains its 25 seats, and there are still 3 independent members. A motion to pass the budget is scheduled to be taken up in the Assembly now. Typically, the motion needs a simple majority to be passed. If the budget is not passed, it technically means the government has lost the confidence of the House and therefore stands in peril. Now, the suspension of 15 BJP MLAs has added to the twist in this ongoing drama in Himachal Pradesh, as it has brought the effective strength of the House down from 68 to 53. If these MLAs remain suspended during the voting on motion, the Congress would need 27 votes to pass the budget. Now the question arises, is the suspension of BJP MLAs from the House a deliberate attempt to save the Congress Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu government when clearly it has otherwise lost its majority thanks to its own 6 MLAs practically crossing over to the other side? Now let's take that data a little bit further. The recent political developments in Himachal Pradesh suggest, they at least indicate the possibility of a potential change of guard in the state's leadership. Speculation is rife that the current Chief Minister, Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, may be ousted from his position by the Congress High Command simply because he has completely botched up the Rajya Sabha election. The conjecture is being fueled by prominent figures within the Congress party vying for the coveted Chief Minister's chair. Among them is young leader Vikramaditya Singh, who has dramatically resigned from his ministerial post just earlier today after an emotional outburst against Chief Minister Sukhu. There is buzz doing the rounds that this man, who happens to be the son of former Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh, is piling the pressure on his party to make him the Chief Minister, else he will quit the party altogether. Additionally, there are other faces. Mukesh Agnihotri, another significant figure in Himachal Pradesh politics, is also staking his claim for the Chief Minister's chair. Congress MLA Rajinder Rana, with his considerable influence and support base, has also sniffed an opportunity to make a move for the Chief Minister's chair. Well, as Himachal Pradesh braces for a possible change in leadership, the coming days are likely to witness intense lobbying, backroom deals, muscle flexing, political maneuvering, opportunism, as all of these various factions within the party vie with the high command for this extremely plump post. And remember, all of it comes in the wake of an absolutely disastrous and shock defeat in the Rajya Sabha for the Congress party, with high-profile leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi being defeated by Harsh Mahajan of the BJP. I want to go straight across now to India Today's Piyush Mishra, who's live with us from Shimla. You know, Piyush, two things stand in front of us now. One, the possibility of a change of guard, within the Congress Sarkar in Shimla. The other is the possibility of the Congress Sarkar itself being toppled, in case there is a need to show numbers, etc. Where do things stand right now? Is there an end game in sight, or is this going to be a protracted Himalayan thriller?
Well, Shiv, it is very much certain that there is no end game, and that is why we are now seeing as to how top leaders of Congress party have been sent here as the observers. Bhupendra Singh Hooda, DK Shiv Kumar, they are right now in Shimla. They are holding meetings with the top Congress leaders, where Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu is also present. Though earlier in the day he was seen quite confident that he is going to save his government, he is going to complete his full term, and he's a fighter, he will struggle. But the numbers are not in his favor. If you talk about the numbers, 68 assemblies are there, 68 MLAs are there in Himachal Pradesh. If we talk about the data, the Congress party initially had, before the Rajya Sabha polls, 40 in kitty, and it was enjoying the support of 3 independent MLAs. And the BJP had 25 MLAs. But when the voting took place, 6 plus 3, which means 3 independent and 6 from Congress. 9 shifted to BJP, and then the number went down to 34 of the Congress party, and the BJP also secured, the BJP Rajya Sabha candidate Harsh Mahajan also secured 34. So this is certainly telling us as to how there is a tactical shift which is taking place in the leadership of Congress party, and this happening because there are many camps now there in Congress in Himachal Pradesh. One camp is Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu's camp, which says that we have 16 MLAs. Vikramaditya has his own camp, which says that that there are 10 to 11 MLAs who are supporting him. Then there is another camp of Mukesh Agnihotri, and this infighting is leading to this debacle as far as the Congress party is concerned here in the state. We'll have to wait and watch what kind of action or decision the top leadership is going to take, because right now as we are speaking, the crucial meet is underway, where the top leaders are present in Shimla's Oberoi Hotel. Shiv.
Piyush, thanks very much for that comprehensive update on everything that's happening over there. Very interesting to see, as Piyush just mentioned, that Bhupendra Singh Hooda and DK Shivakumar have both landed in Shimla as observers. Well, not really observers, they are troubleshooters, because the Congress is nervous that the BJP has smelt blood and will be moving in for the kill to break this government, make it collapse, and form its own government in the last heartland state where the Congress still holds power. So the Congress is going to do everything it possibly can to make sure that the BJP doesn't get its way. Now remember, do all paths converge towards the BJP? as defections from various opposition parties bolster its ranks. That appears to be the flavor of the season. Break the party, poach the party, entice the party, threaten the party. This is the allegation, by and large, from opposition parties that are seeing their leaders cross over to the enemy camp of the BJP. Recent shifts in UP, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Bihar, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu illustrate a growing trend of politicians jumping to the saffron party after sensing what the result is going to be in 2024. These developments signal the BJP's ascendance and strategic positioning ahead of the big 2024 fight. Take a look. And this isn't just anything else. This is a trend across states and across parties.
These images, just a couple of months ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, tell a story. The MLAs flashing victory sign in Lucknow during the Rajya Sabha elections are those who have switched sides to the BJP from the Samajwadi Party. As many as 7 MLAs, led by the SP Chief Whip Manoj Pandey, who quit the post on Tuesday morning, jumped the ship, dealing a big blow to the BJP's principal challenger in India's most populous state.
ये राज्यसभा के चुनाव में बीजेपी ने जिस तरीके से वोटिंग हो रही है, आप क्या कहेंगे?
पैकेज से वोटिंग हो रही है, डरा के वोटिंग हो रही है, और जब सरकार पूरी लगी होगी तो ऐसी वोटिंग कराएंगे, लोगों को ले जाएंगे अपने पास।
माननीय योगी जी को धन्यवाद देने का दिन है। मैं अपने तरफ से और अपने समाज की तरफ से आज जो मैंने मत दिया है उनको धन्यवाद दिया है बस।
State after state, the opposition is seeing an exodus every week, every day. And here is a count for Tuesday. In Maharashtra, the state Congress working president Basavaraj Patil quit the party. He is headed for the BJP. His exit comes just days after former chief minister and Maratha leader Ashok Chavan left the Congress. In Gujarat, former union minister and Congress Rajya Sabha MP Naran Bhai Rathwa and his son Sangram Singh Rathwa joined the BJP. The 2 Congress MLAs, Murari Gautam and Siddharth Saurav, and 1 RJD MLA, Sangeeta Kumari, crossed over to the NDA in Bihar.
सभी का स्वागत है। सभी का स्वागत है।
लूटा जाएगा, तोड़ लिया जाएगा, सरकार तोड़ ली जाएगी, पार्टियां तोड़ दी जाएगी, मुख्यमंत्री को तोड़ लिया जाएगा। जब हमारे मुख्यमंत्री को तोड़ लिया तो सदस्य को तोड़ रहा है तो कौन बड़ी बात है।
In neighbouring Jharkhand, Congress has already lost its only MP from the state, Geeta Koda, wife of former Chief Minister Madhu Koda, who was convicted in a coal scam case. Geeta Koda joined the BJP on Monday. The list of defections to the saffron camp is getting longer every passing day. The BJP is evidently working overtime to meet the target of 370 set by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the Lok Sabha elections. Bureau Report, India Today.
And before we head into a very short break here on 5 Live, a quick reminder and a programming note for something you most definitely don't want to miss, viewer, on prime time. Sanatana Dharm, sibling rivalry, his upcoming marriage to Radhika, his new animal welfare enterprise, the 2 loves of his lives, animals and Radhika Merchant, here all about the vision, virtue and values of the youngest son of Mukesh and Neeta Ambani on Jab We Met with Anant Ambani, speaking exclusively to India Today's Rahul Kanwal only at 8 p.m. tonight. It's a beautiful interview. I've only seen just snatches of it, so I'm going to be watching it with all of you viewers at 8 p.m. tonight. Do not forget to tune in. It's the longest interview he's given, the most extensive, and he's answered all of the questions we could possibly ask. Enjoy.
भगवती हे सुखी कुटुम्बिनी गौरी कुटुम्बिनी गौरी गुडे जय जय.
So what are your biggest influences in life, Anand?
मा रम्य गबर्दिनी शैलसुते.
I'm a Krishna Bhakt, a Ganesh Bhakt, all together. Sanathan has made me stronger. And every time I'm in a difficulty, God has got me out. So personally, I've gone through many health crises.
Politics में रुचि है आपकी?
नहीं नहीं.
न्यूज़ देखते हैं आप?
आपका आज तक तो कौन नहीं देखता है। आपका न्यूज़ देखने के लिए बहुत लोग खुश होते हैं कि आपको टीवी पर कब देखा जाए। जब बचपन में हिंदी टीचर होता था, हमेशा कहते थे कि हिंदी में रोज क्लास से पहले 1 घंटा आज तक सुनकर आना। हमें पता है, हमें फिर टिप्पणी देना पड़ता था।
India Today Tourism Survey and Awards discovers the best destinations spreading from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and awarding the best destination in 9 categories. India's best adventure destination, best beach, best mountain destination, best wildlife destination, best heritage destination, best festival, iconic landscape destination, best spiritual destination, best scenic roads. Watch the live webcast on indiatoday.in on 29th February 2024. Business Today salutes India's finest corporate achievers. We celebrate innovative strategies for resilient and sustainable businesses in a fast-changing world. From mid-sized to unicorns, from new entries to lifetime achievement awards, be a part of an event where excellence meets inspiration. Join us in honoring the trailblazing titans of India Inc. at Business Today Mind Rush and the Best CEO Awards.
अब से कुछ देर पहले देश पहली बार अपने 4 गगनयान यात्रियों से परिचित हुआ। ये सिर्फ 4 नाम और 4 इंसान नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ एस्पिरेशंस को स्पेस में ले जाने वाली 4 शक्तियां हैं। चालीस वर्ष के बाद कोई भारतीय अंतरिक्ष में जाने वाला है, लेकिन इस बार टाइम भी हमारा है, काउंटडाउन भी हमारा है और रॉकेट भी हमारा है।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Did it require the Kolkata High Court to tell you that there is no stay on the arrest of Shah Jahan Sheikh? There was only a stay on the formation of an SIT. Now suddenly the West Bengal police and government say we will arrest Sheikh in 7 days. So either you know where Sheikh is or someone was protecting him.
Rajdeep, first of all, it's a very simple English which you see in para 8 where it says, it goes without saying that the West Bengal State Police shall be restrained from proceeding with investigating the case. A arrest is a culmination of investigation. Investigation involves looking for the people, tracking him down, taking evidence or whatever. So where the High Court has clearly said that you are restrained from investigating, and they did not accept the single bench's order about the SIT, which is jointly represented by, the CBI and the West Bengal State Police. What other interpretation could the Bengal police have taken out?
No, Sushmita Dev, Sushmita Dev, let's be clear. The SIT was formed or was to be formed to look at the attack on the Enforcement Directorate when they had gone to apprehend Shah Jahan Sheikh in early January. That was SIT. Since then, there were other allegations that have come up of land grabbing, of sexual harassment, and on those allegations, there was nothing to stop the West Bengal police from suo moto investigating and indeed arresting Shah Jahan Sheikh. Now when you tell us we'll arrest him in 7 days, the implication seems to be that you know where he is.
Please, Rajdeep, if we knew where he is, we would have bolstered our narrative and said we'll arrest him in 24 hours. We didn't have to say 7 days. Now these are all conjectures. Let's move away from conjectures. The fact is that there were 3 suo moto FIRs filed after the ED was attacked in Sandeshkhali. And the primary accused in those FIRs was Shah Jahan Sheikh. When High Court gave this order, you cannot deny. You can say what you want to. You and the media have the right to question us. But no one can deny the fact that this order, a plain reading of it would tell you that the court said we don't trust the West Bengal police and please back off. If we were so reluctant to arrest the perpetrators of crime, why has the West Bengal police arrested 20 people? All the people who are named, who are associates of Sheikh Jahan, who has arrested them? It is not the ED, it is not the CBI, it is the Bengal police who's arrested them.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
India names its Fantastic Four.
ये सिर्फ 4 नाम और 4 इंसान नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ एस्पिरेशंस को स्पेस में ले जाने वाली 4 शक्तियां हैं.
The awesome foursome of Gagan. 4 fighter pilots to conquer space. Proud India hails this space squad. Prashant, Ajit, Angad and Shubh. Gagan finally has its heroes.
It's been the topic of speculation and intrigue and suspense for over 2.5 years now, but finally the names of the 4 men who will make space history here in India have been announced. Prime Minister Modi put the wings on their breast yesterday, and now Mission Gaganyaan has 4 faces. So viewer, make space for the fabulous 4 fighter pilots who will lead Mission Gaganyaan into space, making India only the 4th country on Earth to independently send a crewed mission into space. Here's Team Gaganyaan.
Meet India's space heroes. Group Captain Prashant Balakrishnan Nair. Group Captain Ajit Krishnan. Group Captain Angad Pratap and Wing Commander Shubhanshu Shukla. These smart young men, all serving Air Force pilots, will script history as the first Indians to go to space as part of an Indian space mission. After months of speculation, ISRO finally announced that these 4 men have been chosen to be a part of the Gaganyaan mission. The announcement was made in the presence of Prime Minister Modi, who then bestowed wings on the 4 pilots and called them the pride of India.
हर राष्ट्र की विकास यात्रा में कुछ क्षण ऐसे आते हैं जो वर्तमान के साथ ही आने वाली पीढ़ियों को भी परिभाषित करते हैं। आज भारत के लिए ये ऐसा ही क्षण है। काउंटडाउन भी हमारा है और रॉकेट भी हमारा है। मुझे खुशी है कि आज इन एस्ट्रोनॉट से मिलने, उनसे बातचीत करने और उन्हें देश के सामने प्रस्तुत करने का सौभाग्य मुझे मिला। ये सिर्फ 4 नाम और 4 इंसान नहीं है, ये 140 करोड़ एस्पिरेशंस को स्पेस में ले जाने वाली 4 शक्तियां हैं। 2035 तक अंतरिक्ष में भारत का अपना स्पेस स्टेशन होगा जो हमें स्पेस के अज्ञात विस्तार को जानने में मदद करेगा।
The 4 Air Force pilots have been chosen after a rigorous test and for the last 13 months have been undergoing training in ISRO's Bengaluru facility and also in Russia. ISRO even gave us a glimpse of the training our future astronauts are undergoing, and it even includes yoga sessions to keep them mentally and physically fit.
The space crew is also getting trained in various human-centric products and survival scenarios. Physical fitness of the crew is maintained through a rigorous physical training regime. A specialized yoga module is also incorporated in the physical training curriculum for holistic health management of the astronauts.
Let's now tell you all about our future astronauts. Group Captain Nair is a test pilot with approximately 3,000 hours of flying experience and has even commanded a premier Su-30 squadron. Group Captain Krishnan has about 2,900 hours of flying experience and has flown a Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-21 and the MiG-29 among others. Group Captain Pratap was commissioned into the fighter stream of IAF and has about 2,000 hours of flying experience.
And Wing Commander Shukla is a fighter combat leader and has flown a variety of aircraft like the Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-21, Jaguar and many others. Out of the 4 pilots, 3 of them will be chosen to be a part of the Gagan mission and be sent 400 kilometers above orbit for a 3-day-long mission. Tests are underway to ensure a foolproof mission, and Prime Minister Modi was seen taking stock of all preparations and even meeting female robot Vyom Mitra, who will also be sent to space. Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian to go to space on board a Russian mission. Who can forget that iconic moment when he had a conversation with then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi?
ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है आपको?
जी मैं बगैर किसी झिझक के कह सकता हूँ कि सारे जहां से अच्छा दिखता है।
40 years later, look how far we've come. India is all set to send man to space on our own. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, Prashant, Ajit, Shubh and Angad names have been announced to the world now. Now we know what Team Gaganyaan actually looks like. But these 4 fighter pilots have known for a while that they've been handpicked for this momentous mission. And in fact, Gaganyaan training started quite a while ago, and it will continue until the actual mission happens. What is the mission really all about? Remember, there was Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma in 1984, and all these years later, nearly 40 years later, we're talking about 4 men who will be part of India's first independent space mission. Take a look at what Mission Gaganyaan really aims to do.
Milestone towards ISRO's Gaganyaan mission.
India's remarkable journey skyward.
We have a continuation operations director that
sending a module into outer space and safely returning it to Earth. The Gaganyaan successful test flight 4 months ago set the stage for India's intended manned space mission in 2025. Following the historic landing of Chandrayaan-3 on the moon's south pole and the launch of India's maiden observation mission to the sun, currently orbiting, India now diligently prepares for a human spaceflight endeavor named Gaganyaan.
40 वर्ष के बाद कोई भारतीय अंतरिक्ष में जाने वाला है। ये सिर्फ 4 नाम और 4 इंसान नहीं है। ये 140 करोड़ एस्पिरेशंस को स्पेस में ले जाने वाली 4 शक्तियां हैं।
Gaganyaan aims to develop a capsule suitable for human habitation, capable of carrying a crew of 3 into a 400-kilometer low Earth orbit for a duration of 3 days before safely splashing down in the Indian Ocean. The successful execution of Gaganyaan will pave the way for ISRO to explore the feasibility of a sustained human presence in space. India adopts a meticulous approach for its inaugural manned spaceflight, utilizing cutting-edge technologies, including a human-rated launch vehicle, to ensure the safe transport of the crew to space, life support systems to simulate Earth-like conditions in space, and provisions for emergency escape. A specialized training facility established in Bengaluru to prepare the astronauts for the mission, covering various aspects, including recovery and survival techniques. India, on track to become only the 4th nation to independently send a human into space, following the Soviet Union, the United States and China. Bureau Report, India Today. So with the rest of the staff that makes up the entire Gaganyaan program, these 4 fighter pilots have been training in Russia. Now they're training at a special facility right here in India, and the entire execution of Mission Gaganyaan will be an entirely Indian affair from here on. The rocket, the capsule, the development, the software, every aspect of it is going to be entirely and 100% Swadeshi. To help us understand not only the significance of these 4 men who've now been announced, but also the suspense and the excitement in the lead up to Mission Gaganyaan, which is slated for no sooner than 2025 or later. I'm joined now by Manish Purohit. He's a former ISRO space scientist and a space educator now, and also Group Captain MJ Augustine Vinod. He's a former fighter pilot himself, very much like the 4 men who've been chosen for Mission Gaganyaan. So he knows what it's like to be in the Air Force and then be summoned for another big mission of this kind. I'm going to start with you, Group Captain Vinod, because being a fighter pilot or a military pilot, it appears, is one of the leading criteria the world over for space missions. Can you tell us why that is? Why is a fighter pilot usually the kind of person who's chosen for this kind of a mission, sir? We've seen it in the United States, we've seen it in China, we've seen it in Russia.
Very true, and that is as we spearhead the space movement, so to say. But later on, NASA has taken a lot of professionals on board.
Yes.
So scientists, teachers. The famous Columbia accident was, there was a teacher on board. So they all sort of, follow the paths that the initial people have taken. Be that as it may, the question I am addressing currently is on the issue of why fighter pilots. There is, I'm being a fighter pilot, I'm saying this, there is no other profession which is as close to pushing the human limit in a short period of time. Mountaineers are there. That is for a long period of time. In a short period of time, there is no other profession that exists in the world. Let me put that in a little more context, Chip.
Yes.
When you pull 910G, like when you do a low-level work on a Mirage 2000, she sustains or sometimes even accelerates in a 9G flight. 9G, for the people to understand, if your helmet is, say, weighs 3 kilos, at say 10G, it will weigh 30 kilos. Imagine flying with 30 kilos on your head.
Yeah, yeah.
And your heart stops. Not many people know this. Completely stops. And restarts at about 220 to 240 beats per minute.
Amazing.
So that is the kind of, so you go through that kind of, you don't straight away jump into 9G flight.
Right.
You go through that kind of training over a period of 3 to 4 years. You go into a centrifuge, which is right next to your favorite town, Bangalore.
Yeah.
That is where the only human centrifuge is. And we go through lots and lots of training before we get into allowed to pull 9G in a flight. I mean, not many people again know this. So for you to be exposed to that kind of physical, high physical requirement itself is a very, very demanding, point one. Second is the mental thing. This mental thing is sometimes is an overriding factor in my opinion, because fighter pilot does everything alone in his little cockpit. I mean, there have been times when I am flying over the vast desert west of Jaisalmer. We were doing a mission that time. West of Jaisalmer is completely, devoid of any light, and you are not talking to anyone because you are doing a no-RT mission, and you are all by yourself in a dark night. For some people, it can be really claustrophobic. So that is another issue. And when you're doing air-to-ground, when you're doing air-to-ground work shift, if you don't pull out from a dive after having dropped a bomb, in less than 1 second, you will probably hit the ground. And I have lost many colleagues of mine for owing to late pull-out and stuff like that. So these young men who have reached where they have reached behind me and on the screen as well, have reached after having gone through many levels of sifting, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
Both naturally occurring, in which we lost people, and in the form of selection as well.
No. So, the picture you're painting is an extremely important one. It answers a lot of questions, Group Captain, which is physical fitness, the ability to take, split-second decisions which could mean life or death, the comfort with total isolation in a, small confined space, mental fitness, the ability, to be, in a very high performative state, even under a great deal of pressure. All of these are part and parcel of combat aviation, and therefore it sort of naturally flows into what Mission Gaganyaan will really demand from these people. I'll come back to you, sir. I want to bring Manish also in. He's been a former space scientist with ISRO, which is, of course, the mothership as far as Gaganyaan is concerned. Manish, how do you see the rest of the road until the actual mission? These four men have lit up our TV screens. They're the darlings of the country now. It is on their shoulders that the actual mission will take place. But obviously, the Gaganyaan mission involves many hundreds of more men and women, across the country and literally across the world. It's very much an Indian affair. But just take us through, with your expert view, what happens from now till the actual mission?
We have to give them the best of the machine. We have to give them the best of the equipment that they should be able to do that with the uttermost easiness. They are well trained. They are the best men for this mission, but they need the best of the machines. They need the best of the launch vehicle, well qualified for the human flights. They need the best of the crew escape systems. They need best of the avionics in it. They need the best of the life support system so that they are at the calm when the time requires. So right now, the road ahead will be testing all those crucial technologies. If we don't have it, we have to develop it. And just not developing it, we have to qualify it for the human flights. Our launch vehicle Mark III has been qualified for human flight. We have done enormous rigorous tests for that. Recently, ISRO has announced that the cryogenic upper stage has been rigorously tested.
Yes.
And it has been tested for an over duration, extra duration, expected duration. We have way behind left it. And we have qualified it for the human rating, for the human qualification of the engine, because we have to give our men the best of the equipment, and that is the only focus. Now, what's happening in the training right now is they are given all the different scenarios, all the off-nominal situations that they can be in. But it's the machine that has to pull them out. They are well trained. But if machine malfunctions somewhere, then what's the plan B? So right now what happens, the road ahead will be the Vyom Mitra that will be flying in one of the uncrewed programs. Then we'll be qualifying our launch vehicle also. We'll be having 2 uncrewed flights. These will be taken up to understand what all happens in our launch vehicle, in our crew modules when it goes up there. There are different test scenarios, like we have seen the pad abort test, we have seen the crew escape module test, but then the crew module escape test is having much more scenarios now. We have to test it with our ascending part when we are going up. We have to test it when we are coming back, when we are in the orbit, when we are approaching the orbit, because all these tests first qualify our preparedness in the technology terms. Then only we can put the human life in.
A total focus on quality, a total focus on safety, a total focus on the best possible equipment for something like this to happen. Because, Group Captain Vinod, it bears reminding over and over again that only 3 countries before us have actually sent humans into space independently as part of a sort of national space program. That is the US, Russia, not in that order. It was Russia first that put a man into space, the famous mission with Yuri Gagarin. Then there was the United States, then there's China. And finally, now there is India, which is going to do it next year. I want to ask you a slightly different question. We've established what it's going to demand in terms of performance, equipment, mental fitness, etc. I also want to understand, Group Captain Vinod, because you come from that community. You come from a community where, fighter pilots like yourselves have families standing behind you, and families are so important. will there be anxiety right now for families? You know, combat aviation is suspenseful and intimidating by itself. Now these 4 men have been chosen to go to space. ISRO and our space program is one of the best in the world. But how would families be feeling right now? Certainly they would be very proud, but there would be some anxiety as well.
Very true, Shiv. And I don't want to sound cliched, but to us, and to us, when I mean not only me, but my peers, my seniors, juniors who are with me, to us, entire country is our family, Shiv. Yeah. And that is how we have looked at life. I mean, it is very difficult for me to make anyone else understand this, because let me break this down a little more. If, for want of a better example, I'm giving this example. If today my wife tells me to jump into a well without water, will I jump into that well without water? I'll tell her, I mean, are you fool? Tell me give me such an instruction. Whereas, if my commanding officer or my air officer commanding or my air chief tells me, Gusty, go for this mission and there is no returning back from this mission, I will not bat an eyelid shift to do that mission. That is not only me. The entire community or my band of brothers are like that. We can do that for our country. So to us, our country is the family. Okay, I'll address this question in a little bit of an example.
Yes.
When a girl gets married, to a fighter pilot, comes newly to the station, you are absolutely right. The anxiety level is very, very high. But as the time passes, you become sort of callous. My wife, who was also in the Air Force, used to, her office was overlooking the runway. And those days we used to have a lot of emergencies, crashes and stuff like that, because the MiG-21, the heydays of MiG-21. And every time, that crash tender goes with Ganti Bajate Hue when it goes, she used to have a heart in her mouth for a while. Thereafter, it sort of became a, second nature. Many juniors, seniors, my CEO, they all perished over a period of time, and over a period of time, death sort of became kind of part and parcel of our life. So we know how to take that particular aspect in its coldness.
No, I really appreciate that. I appreciate the sentiments that you've expressed, that this is, anxiety, dealing with pressure, even for the families, is part and parcel of it. And the only reason I asked, so that none of my viewers get me wrong, is because this is to acknowledge how amazingly dauntless military families actually are, and the families of people behind these high-risk programs. And let's remember that Mission Gaganyaan is going to be a stellar success, and all of us are rooting for it. As Group Captain Vinod said, we are all the family of these 4 men who are now going to be aiming for the stars. We're out of time right now, but we will continue to track the journey of Mission Gaganyaan very, very closely. So I'd like to thank both Group Captain Vinod and Manish for joining me right here on this story. And coming up next is 6 p.m. Prime with Akshita, where we're talking about the DMK's huge blooper that's become a big flashpoint in Tamil Nadu. It's a poster with a rocket carrying a Chinese flag instead of an Indian flag. What was the DMK thinking? Well, it's too late. Even the Prime Minister has taken it up.
डेढ़ दो घंटे से ये न्यूज चल रही कि मुख्यमंत्री जी ने इस्तीफा दे दिया। वो भी जब विपक्ष के नेता ने मेरे पास वहां जो हमारे विधायक थे, कांग्रेस के विधायक बैठे हुए थे, उनके पास आके कहा पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री जयराम ठाकुर जी ने कि मुख्यमंत्री ने इस्तीफा दे दिया, तब मैंने स्पष्टीकरण देना शुरू किया कि मैंने कहा हम योद्धा है, युद्ध की तरह लड़ाई लड़ते हैं और ये लड़ाई युद्ध की तरह लड़ रहे हैं, हर चुनौती का सामना करते हैं और हम जीतेंगे निश्चित तौर पर। मैंने कोई इस्तीफा नहीं दिया है। कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार 5 साल चले, जब हमारी मेजोरिटी साबित होगी, निश्चित रूप पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये जानती है कि जो विधायक थे वो उसमें से कुछ विधायक हमारे संपर्क में हैं और जो राजनीतिक लाभ उठाने के लिए कुछ लोग हैं वो राजनीतिक लाभ भी नहीं उठा पाएंगे। ये मैं स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं। कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार 5 साल चलेगी। आम आदमी की सरकार है, कर्मचारी की सरकार है और महिलाओं के सम्मान की सरकार है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिस प्रकार का बर्ताव इस सदन में कर रही है वो उचित नहीं है।
This name, this announcement has come as a surprise for the Congress party as well, even though LDF and UDF has been contesting each other in Kerala. Right. But it has come as a surprise for the Congress party as well. Why that decision has been taken?
You said the contest is between LDF and UDF is headed by none other than the Congress party. So my name is there in for the last 1 month, 2 different constituencies. It was there in Trivandrum as well as Tricur and Wayanad. So what I am trying to say is that it is not a surprise for the Congress party. So everybody knew that my party, the Communist Party of India and Left Front is considering my name. So nothing new, nothing surprising, nothing shocking.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 27 and minimum 11 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 30 and minimum 25 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 34 and minimum 21 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 32 and minimum 19 degrees. Chennai, maximum 29 and minimum 24 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 33 and minimum 20 degrees.
Is it true, Harsh ji, that ये एक ऑपरेशन लोटस है? BJP has been planning on this for a while. Vikramaditya Singh, Veerbhadra Singh's son, also attended the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha. You are close to Veerbhadra Singh's family. So this is an operation lotus. Yes, there is dissension in the Congress, but BJP is also fishing in troubled waters. You are using this situation to bring down the government. Have you given them any inducements? Have you promised them ministerships कि आप हमारे साथ आ जाओ, हम आपको मंत्री बनाएंगे?
हमने कुछ कोई कमिटमेंट नहीं की. They have come unconditionally. Let me tell you that. And we are a political party. We take the opportunity when it comes. And we जो हुआ है ये सारा कोई प्लान नहीं था. ये सारी कांग्रेस सरकार, कांग्रेस इज बीइंग डिसमेंटल्ड एवरीवेयर इन इंडिया एंड इन हिमाचल इट इज गोइंग टू हैपन नाउ एंड मोर MLAs आर इन टच विद अस and they're going to change the government soon in a day or two, maybe in 2-3. The speaker has suspended many of them today, and this is only a delay tactics. It won't take much time. This is Congress, how the Congress leadership behaves. They are still living in a 5-star culture. They are still at
How
least
many
15 of them are
Congress
in touch
leadership is still living in a 5-star culture? At least 15 of them are in touch with you. I want to understand, have you made promises to them that if they join you, they will all be made ministers? The buzz in Himachal is, have you promised them that they will all be made ministers?
आप ये मेरी बात आप मेरी बात मान के चलिए. Nothing as promised. They want to come unconditional. After all, MLAs has to look after its voters. अगर यहाँ गवर्नमेंट की पोजीशन ऐसी हो where they are not able to.
Co-powered by Green Lam Laminates. कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा.
driven by the new Hyundai Creta, undisputed ultimate. Jio BP, you deserve more. Mutual funds sahi hai.
Prime Minister Modi's Tamil Nadu blitz. 2 rallies and 1 target.
डीएमके और कांग्रेस जैसी पार्टियां हैं, ये सरकार में इसलिए आना चाहते हैं ताकि अपने परिवार को आगे बढ़ाए.
Prime Minister Modi's BJP for Tamil Nadu pitch. All-out campaign ahead of polls.
तमिलनाडु की इस धरती का भगवान श्री राम के साथ जो संबंध है वो दुनिया जानती है.
But will the BJP make inroads in Tamil Nadu? BJP's big Tamil Nadu challenge is our top focus on 6 p.m. Prime. Good evening, you're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and this evening we're going to be recapping for you all of the highlights of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Tamil Nadu. When yesterday, of course, he was in Tirupur wrapping up the final edition of the En Manyan Makkal Yatra, to today where he addressed 2 big rallies, one in Thoothukudi, the other in Tirunelveli. There are several takeaways from each of these speeches by the Prime Minister. What's very clear is that the BJP is putting their focus on making serious inroads into the state of Tamil Nadu. Will that reflect in the upcoming election itself, or is it a long journey ahead? We're going to be discussing that and much more. Let's begin first with the top 6 headlines. China rocket on DMK's ISRO ads stokes big controversy. Prime Minister Modi criticizes the DMK's esteemed Stalin hoarding credit from ISRO scientists. Himachal Chief Minister Sukhvinder Sukhu remains defiant, says he will not resign. Disqualification motion against 6 rebel Congress MLAs moved. Big showdown in Himachal Assembly. 15 BJP MLAs expelled. Meanwhile, Himachal Mantri Vikramaditya Singh resigns from the post, blames Sukhu for the crisis. BJP hits the streets over alleged pro-Pakistan slogans in Karnataka. Congress government refutes claims the slogans raised. Siddaramaiah assures investigation. Sandeshkhali showdown continues. TMC Neta Shahjahan Sheikh absconding for 55 days now. Calcutta High Court pulls up Bengal cops, asks central agencies to make arrest. An historic drug haul seized off the Gujarat coast. Indian Navy officials seize a record 3,330 kilos of drugs like charas and meth from a boat. 5 crew members arrested.